Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., the Readings Guy, Biffid at yahoo.com, 603 404 9338. Anyway, I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, and I'm not talking about Santa being good to you. I'm talking about the real meaning of Christmas, the birth of Jesus, or at least it's the birth date that we celebrate of Jesus. And remember, Jesus was born in a manger. What's a manger? A manger, manja, right? Manger, manja. A manger is a feeding box. So, see, it's got its own meaning there. Jesus was born in a manger, a feeding box. That's where you go for food to nourish your soul and your spirit. There you have it. And I hope everybody had a fantastic, wonderful New Year. I know I did. I worked New Year's Eve, which was not bad. It was pretty good. It was busy, but everybody left. I was lucky I got out early. Everyone left maybe just a little before 11, so I got out just a little after 11. I got home and I said, I was going to go right to bed. I said, I think I'm going to stay up and watch the ball. But of course, before I got to that, I had to take care of the cat. I give him goodies. Sometimes he likes to, I get in, he likes to go out. So we do that. To make a long story short, I poured a glass of wine. I put the TV on. It was after midnight, but that's all well and fine. Anyway, so let's get to the meat of the show here, all right? As we start off with a famous quote. I love it. Today, all right? Patriotism means to stand with the country. It does not mean to stand with the president. Once again, patriotism, moi, means to stand with the country. In other words, with those who support the Constitution as opposed to stampeding over it like this joke of an administration now. All right? It does not mean to stand with the president, although that's what they want you to believe, these woke people. Watch this joker try and destroy America, and just because he's the president, yay, go. Let's go, Brandon. That's it. All right, anyway, one more time, quick, no interruptions by me. Patriotism means to stand with the country. It does not mean to stand with the president. Theodore Roosevelt. All right, there you go. And, all right, today, I'm sure you can hardly wait. Today, the fun facts are about pens. All right? Pens are 5,000 years old. Egyptians used reed straws and ink made of soot or red ochre, O-C-H-R-E. Is that ochre? Ochre? Mixed with vegetable gum and beeswax. 5,000 years old. All right? Retractable ballpoint pens, not this one, are oil-based and don't dry out. Who would have known? Imagine. I know these, right? That's why you have to put the cap on or it dries, right? All right, get this. In World War II, pilots used ballpoint pens because they do not leak at high altitudes. Who ever thought that? Whoever thought of that, right? Let me see. Should I take this with me? Well, I think I'm going to because it doesn't leak. Pretty cool, huh? All right, get this. This is kind of interesting. On average, a pen, one of these, can write approximately 45,000 words. That's a lot of words to write, don't you think? And last but not least, I love this one. pen caps. Oh, you can't really see it. I'll pull it in front of my shirt. Pen caps cause over 100 deaths per year by people playing with the cap in their mouth and swallowing it. Imagine 100 people. You think they're going to come after these, though? They're going to ban ballpoint pens with caps because it kills 100 people, right? I mean, guns, ballpoint pen caps, knives, automobiles. What's the difference? They kill people, I guess, right? So they'll probably be coming after these soon when they got nothing else to do. All right. So there you have it. That's all that. Naturally, I'm thirsty. I'm always thirsty on here. All right? So, let's see. Until I get a call, all right? I thought we'd change it up a bit. Today, we'll have a little lesson on Amazonite, which is this like stone here. I'll do it all different ways so you can see. It's basically green and white, but they say it can be bluish green. I've never seen blue-green. I've only seen green. Amazonite, got its name because I guess that's where it was first found, down along the Amazon riverbed or whatever they call it down there. All right? As you could see, they say it's a mineral. I call them all crystals, regardless. All these stones, they're all, I suppose they really are minerals, but no, crystals, all right? So, and no guest today, but no crystal ball. I do have today also, to change it up, psychic oracle cards, all right? So, we can get on with that shortly, but quickly, if I can find it, I want to read this story because this just blows me away. All right, this is, hold on, let me find it. Stuff like this blows me away. I got this on, right, Fox News, I know. They tell you stuff that mainstream media don't want you to hear, and especially they tell you stuff that Muslim Brotherhood doesn't want you to hear. I love this one. Are you ready? Because I just can't connect the dots when I hear this stuff. It says, Minnesota professor reportedly fired after Muslim students complain about images of Muhammad shown in class. Why aren't you supposed to show images of Muhammad? You know why? I'll tell you why. Because he never was. Muhammad is a fraud. That's why they don't want you showing images of him. Because there aren't any. He never was. He's a fake. All right? A worthless idol. Get this. It says, a liberal arts professor in Minnesota was reportedly fired after Muslim students complained when historic depictions of Muhammad were shown during a class about Islamic art. Islamophobia, I love it. Kill the Christians, and they're screaming out there, kill the Jews, behead the women, kill all the queers, run them over with steamrollers, treat the women like second-class citizens, oppress them, discriminate against them, but if people like me mention it, it's Islamophobic. It's, God forbid, it's telling the truth about satanic worship in Islam. But anyway, so much for that. Get this. Here's the story. Now, this is what really blows me away about stories like this. Get this. But it says the unidentified professor at Hamline University in St. Paul, which is, there's a lot of Muslims there. I think they're all Somalians, which are nothing but trouble. Anyway, in St. Paul, stoked outrage in October from members of the school's Muslim Student Association for showing paintings of Muhammad made in the 1300s and 1500s, according to the Hamline Oracle. It says many Muslims consider depictions of their prophet to be blasphemous. That's because he never was. That's why. It says Aram Wedatala, president of the Muslim Student Association, told university administrators about the incident the day after it happened, according to the campus outlet. Oh my God. I'm like, this is, quote, I'm like, this can't be real, Wedatola told the Oracle. As a Muslim and a black person, I don't feel like I belong. And I don't think I'll ever belong in a community where they don't value me as a member and they don't show the same respect that I show them. They don't show any respect at all, because if they did, they would have never complained about someone trying to educate everyone about a phony prophet. Anyway, but see, it's all, it's all to them. Everything is, kowtow to them all the time. And let's see, what's the for Aram? So it's a guy, and I love it. David Everett, Hamline's Associate Vice President of Inclusive Excellence, emailed students on November the 7th and described the incident as undeniably inconsiderate. But, you can't show pictures of this pedophile, right? It's disrespect and Islamophobic. This is what everybody kowtows. They're self-imposing Sharia. Get with it, people. Wake up, dummies. He also said the professor in question had been fired. Imagine, I'd be bringing them to court in no time. Wow. In lieu of this incident, it was decided it was best that this faculty member was no longer part of the Hamline community. They're not going to stop people unless you have the backbone to stand up to them and stand for your rights. If you're a Christian, Hindu, if you're Jewish, you got to stand up and tell these people enough is enough. This is America. We have rights. There's no article in the Constitution that says you can't show pictures of pedophiles, mass murderers that claim to be God when they're really not, which blows me away, because I'll tell you why. To show you how phony this guy is, or was, if he ever was. He claims he was visited by by Gabriel, the archangel. If you're God, would you be visited by an archangel telling you that you're God? I mean, when Jesus was born, did someone visit him and say, you're the Son of the Father? No, he knew, and so did everybody else, without, archangels coming down and telling them, oh, by the way, your Father is God. Please, wake up, people. Enough with the woke, enough with the brainwashing, enough with being well programmed. That's another thing, too. God gave you free will. Islam, no free will. Kowtow. Get on those prayer rugs. So much for that. You know me. All right, so let's talk about, let's get back on the subject. Thanks for listening to me about that, because stuff like that blows me away. All right, Amazonite. All right? So get this. Of course, you know what they say, for every illness, disease, whatever, physical ailment that one could have, there's a natural remedy. God gave a natural remedy for anything that could impair a physical body. All right? I'm a big believer of it. You can believe it if you want. You don't need to run to the doctor all the time for addictive, expensive medications, crystals, because everything is energy. Energy is everything, all right? It's a mineral, crystal, whatever you call it. It's got its own energetic properties around it. Just so you know. So, we can go on a little bit about this. All right, for a change. All right, Amazonite, called the stone of courage and the stone of truth. Amazon, it's a trick word for me. Amazonite empowers one to search the self and discover your own truths and integrity. Pretty good. It encourages us to move beyond fear of judgment or confrontation with others, to live in in alignment with those beliefs and values. It provides the freedom to express your thoughts and feelings. Go out and get a piece of it. It's all this stuff is inexpensive. A couple of bucks. Look at it. And what you have to remember is it's not a miracle, like if you take an oxy and 20 minutes later you're in La La Land. All right? It's sort of like more, we'll say, these drugs that they say, you have to take for like 1 or 2 weeks before you start feeling the effects. That's how it is, because you got to keep it close to you so the energy has a chance to work. All right? Let's see. It says, learn to set strong and clear boundaries, both internally as self-discipline and externally as what you're willing to take and experience. Not bad. All right. As a metaphysical healer, Amazonite soothes the chakras. For those of you who don't know what they are, the energy centers. We have 7 main ones. I'm told, I don't do a lot of research. If anybody wants to straighten me out here, I heard all, your joints, all these points, chakras, energy centers also, but we have 7 main ones. We have, I can't remember the name of them all. We have the base sacral chakra, the base chakra, which is red. That's way down by your genital area. Then above that is I think it's the sacral chakra, and that's orange. Think orange. And above that is, that's the one I always get that one confused, but that's yellow. So, and that's strength and that type of thing. And then, of course, up here, we have the heart chakra, which, of course, everybody knows that's energy, pumps energy to us constantly. All right? Think green. Of course, here we have your throat chakra. Think blue. You can think of a nice disc spinning for all of them. Think blue. And of course, throat chakra, communications. Naturally, your voice box is here. All right. Then we have the third eye chakra right here. Everybody's got one, the pineal gland. You can use it. Takes a little practice. It works on everyone. As they say, practice makes perfect. It's true. Indigo. And of course, the top, nice white. This is the best one I like. And it's the crown chakra. All right? The crown chakra opens ourselves up to be in touch with the universe, the higher realm, the spirit realm, the angelic realm, and the divine realm. There's a lot more to you than your physical body if you think about it. And you don't have to think a lot about it. All right. So, Amazonite soothes the chakras and aligns the physical body to the etheric, if I'm saying that right. It is particularly rejuvenating to the heart and throat chakras. See that? Enhancing loving communication on all levels. Win-win situation. It balances one's masculine, feminine energies, as so yin and yang, right? As well as many aspects of the personality. It awakens compassion for others by allowing one to perceive both sides of a problem and accepting different points of view. So, all you woke people out there that are so ingrained with hate that anyone who doesn't agree with you or has a different point of view, you want to hang, you want to chop their head off, right? And all you want to do is attack them. Maybe you might want to consider getting some Amazonite, and it would do wonders to sort of, get back into, again, your God-given right of free will, as opposed to letting these Rachel Maddow keep lying to you and, telling you, no, don't use your free will. So, again, all you woke people filled with hate, pick some up. All right. I'm at the end of a cold, too, by the way. I think it's 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks yesterday. Just about gone. All right. Amazonite assists in communicating your true thoughts and feelings without over-emotionalism. Keeps you calm. See that? Sleeping with a piece of Amazonite can bring these components into focus through the symbolism of dreams. So here's another chance for you. Again, for a couple of bucks. Wake your inner self up just a little bit. And once you start doing it, it opens up more and more and more. You'd be astonished and amazed at your inner workings, all right? As a support stone, Amazonite aids in overcoming loneliness and has been credited with making married life happier. Definitely worth a go, right? Okay, as we move along, how's this? Now, in the workplace, I know a lot of people out there have one or go to one, all right? Amazonite dispels negative energy and aggravation, all right? So you can even see on the slide, right? Somebody where you work gives you constantly gives you a hard time, harasses you, needles you, knows what buttons to push to get you going, right? Without their knowledge, it breaks real easy, but you could buy a thin piece and just snap it and put a nice little thin piece under their desk blotter or whatever you call it, right? They're never even going to know. And they'll sort of lighten up, chill out a little, all right? It protects against unfair business practices and others taking advantage of you. I think everyone should get one, regardless. A stone of prosperity. Amazonite attracts new customers and orders to a business and assists one in being in the right place at the right time for new opportunities. Anybody out there's got some ambition, get out there, get you a nice little chunk of Amazonite, and let the wonders start to happen. All right. Amazonite is known for maintaining good health in general. And I'm only going to say this once, forever now, all right? I'm not a doctor. Everybody out there knows I'm not a doctor. Okay? For good health, I believe, like I said, it's got its own sort of energy field and its own energy makeup because of its physical mineral crystal makeup, whatever you want to call it, all right? It's got it all, so it derives its own energy. So I believe all this stuff. It works. All right. It aids in cell regeneration, in healing after illnesses, trauma, or injury, and relieves muscle spasms. You know, I get them at night when I'm sleeping, and all these are close to my bed, so next time I get a muscle spasm, I'm going to pick this up really quick, and it's usually, on my calves. All right. It may be used in treating disorders of the nervous system and blockages in the flow of neural impulses, as well as issues with the throat and thyroid gland. There you have it. Imagine. All right, look at this. Gets better and better. Rubbing an affected area with a polished Amazonite, but I prefer rough as opposed to polished. Polished to me, it seems, it takes it away. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty, it's shiny, it's smooth, but I like rough. I think it gives it much more character, and it doesn't take away any of its physical or energetic properties. All right. So rubbing an affected area with Amazonite. It's thought to prevent infection, soothes rashes, heals blisters. It is also beneficial in clearing up, get this, acne for all you youngsters, and may relieve the pain of rheumatism, gout, and osteoarthritis. Like I said, you probably have to use it constantly, but I'll bet if you believed it and sort of trusted it and did it day in and day out, you'd notice an improvement. All right. Then, get this. Amazonite is a wonderful healer for the emotional body. We all have them. It soothes trauma and calms the mind, alleviates worry and fear, and directs anger and irritability into more positive action. So get the Amazonite and give it back to the creep that you're working next to at work that's always pushing your buttons, I guess. All right? It regulates the aggressive aspects of one's personality and urges the mind to seek emotional balance. Amazing. By the way, you can think what you want. Put here on this earth by God. All right, let's see. Well, I need a sip of water. I'm going to take 2 sips, excuse me. This is just like, this was the Wonderstone here. We don't have too much to go, so don't worry. All right, get this. Too bad I didn't know about this when I was younger. Amazonite increases self-esteem. I didn't have a lot when I was a kid. But especially in women. Uh-oh, there you go. I'd go right out and get some. I think you could get it at Open Concepts on 28 Bypass in Hooksett, because I stopped there a lot. They always have basic, but their inventory rotates with the quality of the semi-precious gems, we'll call them. All right, like this. This was even a bigger chunk, but I dropped it. It breaks easy, but sometimes they only have tiny little pieces, but that's all you really need. You can carry it with you. You can get a piece like as big as a fingernail, all right? So, and it says it reduces tendencies to self-neglect. That's easy to do. It enhances the ability to communicate more effectively by identifying how one's words have created the current reality. See, instead of when cause we all know it too, right? People, they blame it. They're their own worst enemy, but they blame everyone but themselves. All right, all right. Blip, blip. It enhances the ability to communicate more effectively by identifying how one's words have created the current reality and how to change one's vocabulary to reflect a higher, more aligned reality. So, all those people that have closed minds, that are well programmed, that are sort of self absorbed with hate, there you go. We talk to them, see that? This will give you the way to sort of raise them up and perhaps attempt to make them aware, to take their blinders off and acknowledge and embrace love as opposed to just push away with hate. All right. Let's see. This is incredible. I've had this for months now. I think I bought this. Not did I buy? No, I didn't buy this one. I bought one when I went to Raleigh in August. But I bought this at Open Concepts. All right. So it also empowers one to set appropriate boundaries, which for me, I could do it because I'm a nice guy, and instead of setting a boundary, I'll let people invade them a little, and you still try and be nice, right? All right, they've pushed in the boundary, but I'm one of those. I get to the point where, you invade and cross my boundary, and I'm nice from 1 millimillionth of an invasion to the next, from one to the next, and then I just go volcanic. All right. So it also empowers one to set appropriate boundaries inwardly in self-discipline and with others in establishing healthy relationships. All right. I think I've had a lot of those. I've had a lot of unhealthy ones too, but those can be fun. All right. Amazonite carries a spiritual energy of personal truth. Look at that. Spiritual energy. That's my most favorite. Because once you open up and you keep nourishing your spiritual self, you would not believe the high. I'm telling you. It enkindles a harmonious interaction between the intellect and the intuition, allowing one to find what is right and true within the self. I'm sure, we all know, or at least we think we know, right? What's right and true within. But, this was sort of... Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Oh, I'm just peachy wonderful. How are you?
I'm very well.
This is the
Energy lady. Yes. How was your Christmas?
Wonderful. How was yours?
Well, it was all right. I had a cold, so I stayed put because you know how people are these days, right?
Yes, I know how they are.
Right.
Can you give me a reading?
I can give you a reading.
You got your balls?
No, I don't have my ball. Today, excuse me, psychic oracle cards today.
Okay, give me a reading.
All right. Please. Wow.
Please?
All right, that's bad. I was going to say, wow, the new year, and now all of a sudden she's pushy. Give me that reading. All right, I'm going to pick 3 cards, and, these are like really sort of just what's going on inside you. So we'll see what's happening here. Let's see what's going on with the energy lady. All right. Unbelievable. you, look at the card that we have. It's the light card, and that's the energy lady. Always, always so much into the light. This is you, energy lady. You're glowing all the time. You're glowing. Look at you're exuberant with all that warmth and sunshine around you and love and positive energy. It's just, it's sort of like never ending with you. It just keeps, you just keep attracting it and attracting it and attracting it and attracting it. So, which is, I think, a fantastic place to be. You're getting it in tune. The universe is sort of constantly coming at you with, messaging in your hair and trying to sort of lead you there, which is fantastic. And of course, so the next card is the patience card, which I like it. As you could see, it's sort of, it's a little sort of plant splitting the person, all right? We have like different colors and all and everything. So what I would say was, so with this one, it goes with the first card with all the light and how you're sort of like kyanite. You absorb no negative energy, right? Excuse me. But and
Bless you.
Thank you. And so, and it's coming at you at such speed, that instead of feeling overwhelmed, you have to make that sort of mental attempt at telling yourself to sort of like, slow down and just let it keep bombarding you. And that type of patience, because otherwise, all right, what happens is the last card is trapped in fear. But for you, it's a very, very mild. It's sort of like a sissy type trap because you're so full with the positive energy and the light and the beauty that surrounds us all. So, and what the trapped in fear is, it's not really a fear because you're well aware, but I suppose, you could sort of, exaggerate it a bit and call it a fear because you're constantly getting, bombarded and maybe sometimes overwhelmed because it's nonstop. So, but that's really not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So, there you have it. Just keep letting all that light hit you. What's wrong with that? You can't go wrong, energy lady. What a great way to
Thank you.
What a great way to start the new year. See that?
Oh, by the way, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Same to you. Happy New Year to you. Hey, you gonna go out and get some Amazonite, by the way?
So who?
Some Amazonite. I've been gave a whole lesson about Amazonite. It's very inexpensive. Go out and get a chunk. It'll do wonders for you. It'll even make your...
Where do you get that?
Well, I got this piece at Open Concepts up on 28 Bypass in Hooksett. They have all kinds of crystals in there. And the price, it's only a couple of bucks. And this one, it's nice and soothing and smoothens out your.
What's it called? An Amazon?
Amazonite, yeah, because that's, I guess, where it was first found, down in the Amazon riverbed or whatever. So,
yeah.
So check it out. It does all.
It sounds different.
It is. It's I got this piece. It was big. I dropped it. It broke in like 4 pieces, which was kind of good.
What color is it?
This is green, and you could see like white in it, but it's basically green. And if you get it like a thin piece, it's sort of brittle. You could snap it with your fingers, but so I got a big chunk, but I dropped it. And like I said, I think it broke in like 4 pieces. And I gave all the other pieces away. So
you didn't save me any?
well, I know, see, you're going to have to come on someday and you'd get a piece of this,
No,
all right?
I'm only kidding around with you.
I know, because I know you're camera shy.
I'm not camera shy. I just like be behind the scenes because I love the way I say hello and everything. And I care for everybody, and I just like it the way it is.
And me, it's fantastic because I'm telling you, not only me, everyone out there can feel your positive energy and your warmth and kindness and all that good stuff.
Well, thank you very much. You do
Yeah.
well yourself.
Thanks. I try to be optimistic. Well, I shouldn't say I try to be. I'm pretty much optimistic all the time. I have a nice open mind. I like to tell myself anyway. So
But sometimes you trap yourself when you shouldn't.
I trap myself when I shouldn't.
Yeah, you want to say things, and sometimes they get trapped, and then all of a sudden they all come to you.
Well, that's true. That's true. That happens. It happens.
And that's what I see.
Yep, good. It does. Yeah.
But that's not a bad thing,
No, I know. It's like I get not overwhelmed, but like when I'm doing readings, even with these cards are easy to read. It's like I'm getting bombarded with all these things that, the card, wherever there comes from.
Everything comes at you all at once.
Right,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Right, and you're trying to remember all this stuff to say, and it's boom. So, do you have...
Let it come natural. You're a natural person, don't you know that?
That's right, I do know that. Imagine I do. Just like everyone else. Imagine that. So...
I can tell by your vibes.
Thank you. See, a lot of people compliment me on it because that's why you're always nice and you're always in a good mood and blah blah. But
well, sometimes we're always in a good mood, but sometimes behind our good moods.
Well, sometimes we have to. I know. Sometimes we have to.
It can happen.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, did you watch the ball drop on New Year's Eve, or what'd you do for New Year's?
Yes, I did. And I waited for the news to come on. There was no news, and I went to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I thought news is always on. What do you mean there was no news on?
No, there was no news after that. Because there was all that music and everything.
Wow.
And I thought it would end, and it never did. And then I said, it's 2 o'clock. I better go to bed.
Newsless. Imagine that. Newsless. All right. Well, again, Happy New Year. Thanks for calling.
Happy New Year, and God bless, and enjoy your life and everything.
Thank you very much. And don't forget, next week, call again.
I will.
All right.
The energy lady's always there.
She is, and she's always up to top it off. That's what I love about the energy lady. You're welcome. All right. Thanks again. Thanks for calling.
Have a good one.
Thanks. Good night. All right. Now, all right. I have a note here. It says Gina would like a reading. So, all right, Gina, we'll do a 3-card reading. These are psychic oracle cards. Like I said, these are easy to read, but like I mentioned to the energy lady, I get bombarded with, I'm looking at the card and it's like, it's this, tell her this. And, I always ask them to slow down, but they never do. All right, here's the first card. Second card. And, I'm going to take the top card for the last card, for the third card. All right, so. All right. Gina, so first we start off with the fertility card. All right, so with fertility, well, if it's not for you, someone who perhaps looking to carry child is going to get their wish this year. However, when it comes to you, Gina, what I'm feeling is it's just a relationship, perhaps even a new relationship, is on a nice starting off in a nice, fertile, grounded, solid manner with, no one trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. Uh, no one's sort of trying to get one over on the other one. It's just a nice, fertile, well connected relationship that we're starting. And the next card is deception and envy. So, with this card, when the deception and envy, what I'm getting at is because it's starting off, and I know, Gina, I'm getting the sense that you're going to fall right into this trap because you're over there, this relationship, whether it's, like I said, a new relationship, perhaps you might have sorted a dysfunctional relationship out. I'm tending to think that it might be something new, where it's starting off in such a nice, even keel, honest, openness about it that your sort of deception and envy, you're doing it to yourself because you're not really trusting the other person, you're not trusting the relationship. So what I would suggest, instead of sabotaging it, let it take its course instead of trying to, because thoughts are energy. If you start thinking like that, if you start thinking, wait a minute, this is too good to be true, I'm not so sure about that statement, or I'm not so sure about that quality or what they're saying about that, it starts you on the road to negativity. You don't want to go there. After a while, yes, but for the time being, new year, new relationship, new direction, check it out. And because you'll see, what's the last card again? Movement, choices, and decisions, all right? So as you could see, there's for the movement, naturally, what I said about the first one, it's, to me, I'm feeling it. It's starting off. It's nice. It's even keel. It's 50-50. It's a two-way street. It's a give and take. It's not just all give or all take. Okay, so as you could see, movement, choices, and decisions. Again, like I said, don't sabotage it. And then, as you could see, this card is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 arches, all right? The movement. So what choices do you want to make? You can take the road that keeps it nice and strong, which when I say keeping it nice and strong and healthy in your mind, all right? You can take that way. They're all good decisions, but as long as you don't sabotage it, all right? Trust. You can go the other way, or you can, realize and feel the love and just absorb it all and let it sort of fill you up with all that good time, happy time type feeling, like when we were kids. And good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
I'm all right. I miss Norm a lot, and I usually don't catch you guys in time to call, so it's Laurel.
Laurel, I'm giving a reading now to Gina, and I don't have a lot of time left, but I'll tell you what, if you want to give me a call, 603-404-9338, I'll give you a 3-card reading over the phone, because I'm trying to finish up with Gina's reading here, if you don't mind. All right?
What was that number? 404?
603-404-9338. And I'll give you a 3-card reading.
Okay. When would you like me to call?
You can call anytime. I don't have the phone with me because that's, I use it just for like the readings guy. So But when I get home, I check it all the time when I get in. So call anytime, leave a message how I can get in contact with you. We'll arrange to do a 3-card reading for you. How's that?
Thank you, Dave.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thanks for calling, Laurel.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks. Enjoy your evening. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, Gina, sorry about that. So, all right, you know, the decision about, just let all that good loving, just, and it doesn't have to be, I'm talking about emotional here, all right? Not physical, emotional. Once let the emotional and the emotions solidify and sort of feel them out, you'll realize that as long as you don't sabotage it with your own deception and envy, I'm telling you, you'll notice quite a difference in the relationship. You can go with the emotions, and like I always say, enjoy the ride. Right? Think of yourself at an amusement park, right? Anything. Right? You're on a carousel. You're there. You're enjoying the ride. You don't like the ride. That's when it no longer is enjoyable, then you get off the ride. It's that simple. You can do it. Let all the light. Look at just one little aspect of this relationship come and look at all the light that's surrounding it, and just if that's what you look at and that's what you trust, it will just magnify and grow warmer and brighter. So, but there you have it. Whatever it's starting off, it's nice, fertile, solid, grounded, even-keeled. Go for it, Gina, and enjoy it. For the time being, you'll see. And don't sabotage it. And thanks for requesting a reading, Gina. Glad I can help you. So, there we have it. I don't have a whole lot of time left, but I have a couple more bullets about Amazonite. I can stop putting my stuff away too, I guess. All right. All right, how's this? Amazonite can provide clarity for those who are out of touch with their truth or who are unsure of what they have to offer the world. All right, and it's not that they're unsure of what they have to offer the world. It's they're unsure how to offer it. I think that's really what goes through it, right? I mean, at least was it for me. I sort of knew, like, I could, do tarot cards, mediumship, psychic intuitive, all that, but it wasn't unsure of that. It was unsure of sort of how to present it and help people with it and sort of give people comfort and clarity and strength by showing them about it. All right, now it said this is done by gently guiding them toward their gifts and knowledge. And finally, Amazonite also empowers us to manifest our dreams and desires by magnifying our intentions. Again, see, if energy lady, if you're out there, I mean, I don't know how much more you can handle it. This will even enhance all that light and positive energy and spirituality and warmth and all that giving and that abundance that you have. It'll even enhance it even more. Imagine that. And then it says, because it works through the throat chakra, which is how we communicate, these intentions must be spoken out loud. By holding a piece of Amazonite and forcefully affirming aloud what you wish to create, it can powerfully enhance one's ability to bring it into being. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today. I changed it up. I don't want anybody to get bored, and I certainly don't want to get bored. So I kind of enjoyed our little. This one also, well, that's the blue kyanite, but this one also can shed little shards too, so you might want to be a little careful. But it's got all kinds of wonderful, positive, powerful energy to help everyone improve their situation, realize that it's not as bad as people think it is, or people want you to believe that it is. So what I would suggest is, again, going out and buying a piece. They're only a couple of bucks. They work. I have lots of crystals, and especially the dreams. When it talks about dreaming with them, I can vouch because I dream with them. And you should see all the dreams I wrote down. By the way, it was a little over a year ago. It was the beginning of last year, 2022. I started writing the dreams down. I write, depending how much I remember of them. Sometimes I get real detailed. Sometimes just general, just enough to get the picture in my head about the dream. But, so I know they do work. Again, I'm going to give the Amazonite a go and see what happens. That's going to be next to my blue kyanite tonight when I retire. There you have it. Tomorrow, Thursday, same place, same time, except Thursday. Always an enjoyable time cruising with Mary. manchestertv.org/23 in case you're on Facebook. Go online. You can watch it that way. Excuse me. So I'm not sure if I'll have a guest next week, but if not, I'm going to bring my big crystal ball, my newest one. I'll bring that. So that'll be full of surprises for whoever calls in. And again, I'm David B., also known as the Readings Guy, because I do it all. Tarot, Psychic Oracle, the Soul Cards, Crystal Balls, Mediumship, you name it. I can do it. All right. Biffid, BIFFID @yahoo.com, 603-404-9338. And again, hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. So far, so good. And please, 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 two things we must always remember. One, you can't be dumb if you want to be free. Don't let them tell you otherwise. Stop listening to their lies and hate. All right? And more importantly, remember, you are a winner.